Welcome back, brothers and sisters. I am Braden. This is Langley Outdoors Academy, and thank you for stopping by. All right, guys, on this episode, we are going to wrap up our USCCA interviews with the everyday viewers of this channel, focusing on someone from Oregon around Measure 114. Now, this is the gun control measure that they put on the ballot initiative, and it is becoming a thing. So we've got a court battle in front of us. But the information, the real understanding of this is crucial to see the real world impact of someone from Oregon themselves. Everything is linked in the description box below. I cannot wait to hear what you guys think about this one. And let me know if you like this format. I'm going to say a quick word from our sponsor, Aventon, and then we're going to hit it. Today's sponsor is Aventon. Aventon not only makes electric bikes, they make them at a highly... Today's sponsor is Aventon. Aventon not only makes electric bikes, they make them at a high quality but an affordable price. These bikes are manufactured with parts that are made by Aventon and make them complete Aventon bikes, which is amazing because they aren't a hodgepodge of different parts. With a wide range of models, Aventon makes a model to suit a variety of riding needs and styles, and check them out in the description box below. Thank you so much to Aventon for making this content possible, and now, let's get to this interview around the Oregon measure from a true Oregonian himself. So as I mentioned in the intro, we are still at USCCA. This is the expo behind me. We have some amazing stuff going on, but I wanted to get in touch with everyday 2A people. I wanted to know what the actual thoughts were a little bit deeper beyond just me making a video and sending it out. I wanted to hear it in reverse. So with that in mind, I've got a few viewers that I saw in the crowd. They approached me, and so I had to get them on camera. So with that, what would you like to be called for this interview, and where are you from?
I'm Sean from Oregon.
Sean from Oregon, all right. And so this is the important part, because Oregon, we've got 114, we've been following on the channel pretty crazy.
Yep.
That's an extreme gun control ballot measure.
Yes, it is.
Incredibly unconstitutional. It's going to fail like a wet mop, but...
I'm hoping.
Oh, well, not the vote. I'm talking about just in court systems. Whoa. So that's actually why I wanted to talk to you about it, because you have a unique perspective. You're actually living in the area where this is coming down. In light of Iowa, for example, they're enshrining the Second Amendment into their Constitution through ballot amendments. Meanwhile, Oregon is almost going to pass 114, which is the most extreme gun control out there. What are your initial thoughts? Like when you heard it was coming out, what was the general consensus in Oregon about it?
To me, I think it's that local versus national level. We've got Bruen on the national level that's killing it with the courts,
yep.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
And now the local guys are doing what they can to make those, to basically backfill that, right? To tie stuff up in courts, get the gun control, get it stopped ultimately.
Yes.
And I'm actually new to firearms this year. I
Welcome.
started, doing firearms, building firearms, doing that kind of stuff is new to me, and it's a hobby I picked up, and then all of a sudden this measure pops up. I'm like, dang, I'm just now getting into this, and they're taking away my fun hobby. It's stuff I love. It's stuff I'm committed to.
And a right that you have.
A very right that I have.
Yep.
Exactly. So. So it's really, to me, it's about the local stuff. I feel pretty confident about the national stuff with Bruen and the way the courts are going, but now we've got this, and my fear is that we didn't get enough votes, right? So we didn't get the word out well enough. Whatever happened there, I don't know, but I'm concerned. So I'm here in Texas now. I'm going back home to Oregon.
Yep.
I may meet that, right? So how long is that going to take? I'm concerned about that. Is it going to go right to the Supreme Court? Are we going to battle this thing right out to where it's never going to really see the light of day, kind of a thing? But yeah. I'm concerned. It's taking a hobby away from me and a fun thing that I do with my family and stuff like that. And it's a right.
And a right across the board, right?
Right across the board.
And that's what's so fascinating is because, I mean, you said it very, very well. Nationally, Bruen is unraveling a lot of it.
Yep.
Absolutely. And what we've actually talked about on the channel is it's almost like each independent state is trying to punch the Supreme Court in their own way around gun control, whether you have Illinois, you have New York with the concealed carry laws, then you have New Jersey, thought that was a good idea, then you had California that imposed fees and mandated insurance. All of these things are, they're not trivial because they're very important to the gun rights movement and the gun fight for our rights, but at the same time, it's almost like it's a fool's errand because at the end of the day, you're still violating what you just, we know you're violating it.
Right.
And in fact, a lot of people who have been on the channel so far today and yesterday, a big push has been, why do they keep on infringing when they know that they're unconstitutional?
Yes.
Is that a consensus that you feel across Oregon, or is that just individual pieces?
Definitely in Oregon, because we all know Oregon's a very liberal for the politics type of thing, but yet it's a huge gun state,
right.
ultimately for hunting and all that good stuff too. But for me, it's this idea that they're going after stuff, and I'm like, they can't even enforce it, right? They put laws in here. It's like you have to get a permit to buy a firearm.
Right.
Then you have to go do training. Well, I don't have a firearm to train with, so are the police going to provide a firearm for me to train with? It's all this stuff, and it's like, does anybody read these measures?
No.
How are they going to do this? It's impossible.
Right. And in the long run, I mean, to be honest, no, they don't. Some of them just say, pro-gun, anti-gun, where do I vote, how do I vote, who votes for me because of my vote here.
Yes.
And the end result at the end of the day is infringement like this is going to be struck down in courts. It's just a matter of how expensive and how long it takes.
Right, and that concerns me too, because I've just developed these relationships with the guys at my range, where all the different people in different organizations that are there, where I go to shoot and stuff like that. It's like, all of a sudden I can't do that anymore until this gets
sorted out.
It gets sorted out. Yeah, I think it's horrible. It's just horrible.
Well, okay, so kind of wrapping up, I did this in reverse. I usually ask this question first. Do you feel gun rights are growing or shrinking?
Well, I think we're growing nationally, but these shrinking battles in the states are really, really hard to take. Because that's I can't just uproot. My whole family's there. All my kids, my grandkids are all there. It's like, I can't leave Oregon. My wife's never going to let me leave Oregon, right? I might be going, we need to go somewhere else.
Well, there's multiple people. To your point, it's not just a single person decision.
Yeah.
I get it.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so that's a struggle. I think locally we have all these challenges. We're working on them.
Mm-hmm.
They're getting into the courts. That's good. But they're still able to get them kicked off in the first place.
Right.
Before it's like I would think that we could stop this before it gets to a court battle, which we're going to win.
Eventually it will get there, but right now we're in the court system.
Yeah.
But that's my man. Thank
you
so much.
Thanks, Brady.
That was awesome.
Thanks for all you do.